Hi everyone. I thought I'd come on and try and make a quick video. But first, and this video is going to be about I made a junk journal. Now what? How am I going to use this journal, right? Because I, in the past, have not been a journalist. I haven't been writing. Well, I always write. I write stuff like lists. Um, I write stuff like about doctor visits. I write all kinds of stuff down near where I sit in the evenings, in the early mornings. Um, and I got to thinking, how am I going to use this book? I don't want it to not be used and just sit here looking pretty in my eyes. So before I get started, I want to thank everyone who watched my video of my very first junk journal. And I even want to thank those who gave me thumbs downs because you stopped by. You looked at it, you didn't like it, you didn't like that I'm doing junk journals, whatever. It's okay. I do get upset at first, and then I thought, why? Everybody's different. My only beef with that is I really wish you'd let me know why. Because maybe it's something I can improve on, or maybe we just don't have the same taste. I know there are people who only want me to do cards, but to be perfectly honest, I love doing cards. I have so many cards and I haven't gotten them organized enough to send to charities or something because I need to get them out of my house. I'll never in my lifetime, I'm old, I'm in my late 60s, and I will never be able to use all these beautiful cards that I've made. And I still will create cards because I love doing that. However, I need some other creative outlets besides cards and besides jewelry, which I've lost my mojo for temporarily. It always happens. It's a temporary thing. Um, so anyway, thank you for watching and being part of my channel, whether or not you liked my journal and my video. Okay, I know I have a tendency to go on too long, so I'm going to try and keep this one shorter, just so you know. So I was thinking about how am I going to use this? This is a spring journal, right? Hello and spring. So, um, before I get into how I think I'm going to use it, I was watching a video by a channel called On Being Whole, WHOLE. She's in Australia. I forget her real name, forgive me. And she listed in one of her videos 12 possible ways to use a junk journal. So if you're not familiar, I wrote them down. And I could even write them a little more neatly and put them, like here or something here as a starting point. But I don't think I'm going to do that. I don't know. Or I could just put this little list in here or on the back. Oh, I could rewrite them neatly on the back of my tag. That's what I might do. Anyway, her first one was travel. Well, I had started a travel journal. I didn't get very far because I haven't traveled anywhere. So then I decided to change it into another one, which I'll get down to in just a few moments. Celebrations. You could make one for a specific birthday, a baby coming, which I don't have any of that anymore. Anniversaries. I don't have those anymore. So mine would have to be birthdays. So that to me would be like a mini album. I don't think I'll do a junk journal for that because my family is not going to understand junk journaling. Um, but a little mini album or something for a birthday as a gift, like maybe sharing the current birthday, taking pictures, putting them in a little mini album. I think they'd enjoy that. Some of them would. Recipes. I thought about that too. I used to collect recipe books, and I do have a little book which has some of my favorite recipes, either from my family or from um, actually middle school when I was first learning how to cook, that kind of stuff. So, but I'm at a point now where I'm cooking less. It's only two of us. and I don't think I want to do recipes. I might at some point do a smaller version and just put my favorites in and give it to my son or my daughter, or one for each of them maybe. Legacy journal. Now, if you've watched my channel, you know that I signed up for a challenge with Isabel, Crafting with Isabel, and Amanda Lee Creates, I think it is. Forgive me. Anyway, her name is Dahlia, I think. Anyway, a legacy journal is history about your family and things like that. So Isabel's challenge is to do either your heritage, like where you're from, or where you're currently living, like your state in the United States or whatever. And I signed up to do that. Now, it was supposed to be done originally by the end of February, and Isabel messaged me and said they extended it to March. I haven't started on that journal. I got a mental block. I still want to do that, but I'm going to not do it for the challenge, unfortunately. Sorry, Isabel and Mandali. Um, I am going to just do it gradually, probably like a page a month or 2 pages a month, something like that. Because I still do want to do that. That's important to me. So I will be doing that, and I'll try and share parts of that as I go, but some of it's going to be very personal, and I don't know if I'll share it or not. So forgive me for that, and forgive me, Isabel. She knows already. A gratitude journal. I actually have made one out of a composition book before, and it's sitting here somewhere unused. So that's a good idea, but I will use the one I made and elaborate or expand on it. Scripture and prayer journal. I'm not very good about that. My apologies to those of my friends who are very religious. I believe in God, and but I am not. Um, I am not very good about. I don't go to church anymore. I don't know. It's not something I'll put in a junk journal. I'll just put it that way. A bullet journal or list. Yeah, this is me. Lists, appointments, diary. That is probably partially what I'll use this for, and I'll get more into that in a minute. A commonplace book, and I had never heard that term until I started watching Crafty Girl Chronicles, who's made commonplace books. And just record info that you want to remember. So that to me, sort of like the diary thing in the bullet journal. Either of those, yes, I want to do that. A quote book, I like that idea too. I actually have some quotes in here. Now, the example she showed, she had a favorite inspirational quote book, and I can't remember who she said it was, but she took them, interspersed them throughout her journal, and then did artwork that went with that. That's a good idea too. Not ready to do that right now. Morning pages, and at first I thought she meant if you're in mourning, which I guess could be another one. Just write down your thoughts, like your memories or whatever, to go through the mourning process, but that's not what she meant. She meant when you wake up in the morning, and this is me, um, write your thoughts down first thing in the morning. I am definitely a person who does my planning in the morning. I get my thoughts together for the day first thing in the morning. That would be a possibility for me, but not for this one. Make it as a gift for someone, that won't work for me. The only someones I have in my life are my children and grandchildren and my one good friend, and none of them are into journaling or this kind of stuff. Art journal, try new techniques. I love that idea. Experiment and explore example watercolors. And she said, she took old book pages, which I have some of out of a book I gutted years ago. Anyway, she gave the example of watercolor scared her. Watercolor scares me too. She watercolored on book pages, and then if it didn't turn out, she didn't like it, she didn't have to put it in her journal, but if it did, she could put it in her journal. I like that idea too. Now, the pages in this particular book are very thin because I was using the kid paper mostly from the Dollar Tree, because this is a Dollar Tree journal, right? These are really thin, and I didn't glue them together, so I won't use this as an art journal um, in that way. I won't be using watercolors or um, chalk pastels or colored pencils, maybe a little bit of that. So what am I going to use it for? Since it's a spring, supposed to be a spring journal, and I do love flowers, I can't grow them. I thought I'd use it to put in some of my flower dies and, die cuts. I have a lot of flowers and a lot of flower stamps. And I have I have hot foiling now I could do. I have a lot of flower stamps and stuff. So this could be my spring and into summer maybe flower book, and then I can also write how I'm feeling. So I'm going to combine it with, like, here I could write something and then I could put an example of daffodils. We just got daffodils from Spellbinders for the monthly club last month. Ooh, that reminds me, I need to check. See, this is I need my planner and a list. But I have beautiful daffodils to hot foil, and I could do it on a piece of paper and then glue it in here. Um, the other thing I thought is I could try collage, because that would actually um, stiffen the pages. So combination of, and I have a couple paper pads I'm trying to work through, right? So I could practice collage, because that's one thing I don't think I'm very good at. So this is kind of going to be my seasonal spring floral art practice journal. And I'll probably also combine that with how I'm feeling about it. So for example, I mentioned daffodils. My daffodils are about 6 inches up out of the ground, and I'm happy about that. It's funny as you get older. Anyway, I'm finding it's the little things. So on one of these pages, I wrote, "Enjoy the little things," right? And it's really funny because when I married my daughter's father back when I was 18. Um, the pastor at the church said to us, always remember the little things. The little things are important. He was talking about in the relationship with each other. But that stuck with me all these years. I'm now in my late 60s, like I said. And it's so true. Take the time to enjoy the little things and remember the little things with your um, partner, spouse, friend, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, that make you happy. Remember the little things. So, documenting the little things that make me happy, like the daffodils pushing up through the ground, the bird song in the morning here lately has been incredible. Just documenting them and then trying to put that in here with all the stamps and dies and stuff that I have that are not from Dollar Tree. So although this is a Dollar Tree junk journal made from things from Dollar Tree, I'm now going to add other things to it. So that's how I plan on using this. I hope that made sense. So a combination of what's making me happy on those days, the day that I'm writing in here. And it might be twice a week, once a week, I don't know. Um, and I'll try and do it in some kind of order, you know. Um, but these pages are so thin, and I'm gonna have to find, like, the ink goes through. This was Distress Oxide ink showing through. So I think I'm gonna have to put some of my scrapbook paper on that I'm trying to use up that maybe has blank space to write or even to mat the photo or something. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to use mine for. How do you use yours? I'll leave it as a question. Please answer me in the comments below. Did any of these things ring true with you? And let me know. Before I make my next one, I'd like to know how you use yours, okay? Thanks so much for watching. Take care. Have a wonderful week. Bye for now. Hugs, love, and peace.